so hard and so long. I can't stop. Help. I'm having a Halloween party this evening and I added this little detail in advance and I'm so proud. Anyway, that's that. Let's continue. Finally, part 2 of my conlang. I'm sorry. I really did work hard, but I did sleep. Okay, let's begin. This video is going to be all about nouns, but before that I'm gonna revise some vowels that I chose last time and I'm not so satisfied with. I put a lot of thought into this, so bear with me. I've used the 10 most widely spoken languages by total number of speakers as a guideline for what vowel distinctions are permissible. So let's start from scratch. First we have the 5 basic vowel phonemes. Almost every language has these, often though a distinction is made between the high and the low version of the mid vowels. So then you get this. Then languages like English and Hindi make a distinction between 2 kinds of A vowels, so A and A. And since a lot of languages have an alternative to the close back rounded vowel, but it differs from language to language which one exactly, I just put them all together into one phoneme. And then I added the U vowel, which is not a super common sound globally, but it is pretty much the sound of Europe. So I couldn't really resist. I mean, just look at this map. That's at least 16 languages. That's awesome. Go Europe with your U. And finally, I added the and which are distinguished in French alongside E and E. And don't worry, I'm gonna use them sparingly. And that's all of them. Cool. Okay, onto nouns. What can we do with them? Well, for one thing, they could be in a couple of different grammatical cases. So let's discuss them. In my language, a noun can be in 12 cases. I'm sorry. The first 8 are simple enough, they're just Indo-European cases. The abbreviative case functions somewhat like the English suffix less or without. The commutative case is somewhat like the opposite of that, meaning something like with, in company with, together with, etc. etc. You can remember the essive case is roughly translating to as a. And finally, I made up the directional case as some kind of combination of the Japanese particles ni and e, some functions of ni at least, roughly translating to or toward. And it can also be used with a particular point in the future, so things like I doctor toward study, meaning I'm studying to be a doctor. So let's make this clear with some examples, but let's first see what the case markings actually are. The nominative case is not marked because that would just be too much effort to pronounce. So in sentences like the house is blue, house would not be marked. The accusative case is marked by gemination, basically holding the sound for a bit, of the following consonant. And since my language is going to be an SOV language, that should work. The dative case is marked by a nasal that is articulated at the same place as the following consonant. The other case suffixes are da, no, be, fi, la, do, ne, go, ni. Okay, let's get to the examples. The morpheme for house in my language is ja. I'm not going to use actual verbs yet to avoid confusion. In the sentence, the house is blue, house would be ja. In I'm painting the house would be ja painting rather than ja painting, ja painting, ja painting. In you get a house, you get a house, and you get a house, get a house would be jang get. In he felt inadequate because of his tiny house, because of house would be jada. In this house's windows are broken, houses would be jano. In hey house, why aren't you bigger? House would be jabe. In I'm at your house, at house would be jafi. In I seduced her with my insanely beautiful house, with house would be jala. Homeless would be jado. In I had a conversation with my house the other day, with house will be jame. In as a house you have one job and that is not to collapse, as a house is jago. And finally, in I'm going to your house right now, to house is jani. So those are the cases a noun could be in. The pronouns of my language are yo, sa, nu, vu, ta, and vi. Oh, and as a side note, don't get mad at me for stealing morphemes from other languages. That's just what I do. Anyway, let's stop right here. Just let it sink in, and next lesson we'll cover the rest of the pronouns and learn how verbs work. Are you excited? I'm excited. Okay. Bye.